What's up guys, welcome back to Nintendo Memories, and today we're going to be discussing a topic that's been kind of debated for a while now, and that is whether or not Zelda will be playable in some way, shape, or form in Breath of the Wild 2. Back when Nintendo first revealed that Breath of the Wild 2 was a thing, many people were wondering, will Zelda be playable? Is there a possibility that, alongside Link, that Zelda might get her time to shine in some moments of the game? And for a while, people were thinking maybe, possibly, it could happen. And then when the E3 2021 teaser happened, it showed Zelda being thrown down into the abyss. And many people started thinking, well, there goes our chances of playable Zelda. She literally fell to her doom. So today I wanted to kind of talk about how the possibility of playable Zelda could still potentially be there, and so let's get into it. Now, it's important to note that this is all my speculation, my 2 cents, my opinions on how they could possibly integrate Zelda into a playable state in Breath of the Wild 2, but I think it's, I could see it being a way that they could do it. So anyway, here we go. Now to start, we have to go back to Spirit Tracks. Now Spirit Tracks is a game for the DS, for those of you who don't know. And what they did in Spirit Tracks is you were able to switch between Link and Zelda. Zelda took the form of a spirit for most of the game, and she was able to go inside these phantoms, and you could use her to solve puzzles, to help you around certain areas in the Tower of Spirits, and it really showed a way of kind of integrating Zelda into more of a playable state. And she contributed to that of the puzzle solving, and it really helped the gameplay overall, just being able to play as Link and Zelda. Now, the one thing that you were able to do, and I think is really important, is you were able to swap in between the 2 characters. You could play as Link and do a piece of the puzzle, and then you could swap back to Zelda, and then she could do a piece of the puzzle, and then that's how you solved these big puzzles. Now, something similar could happen with Breath of the Wild 2. In that E3 2021 teaser, you saw that Zelda was thrown deeper into the underground. And Aonuma has said that there's going to be more addition to the overworld that we've explored already, with addition to the skies, and he said that the expanded world even goes beyond that. I'm excited to see what he means by that. But one of the things that we haven't seen much of is that of the underground. We see that in the very beginning of the E3 2019 teaser, where Link and Zelda are exploring a little bit of the underground, and I assume that's right before she gets thrown even deeper. One of the things I think is very interesting, though, is what Aonuma said when he first announced Age of Calamity. Check it out.
Regarding the sequel, in order to make the vast world you enjoyed exploring in the original game even more impressive, the team is working hard on its development.
So he said that in order to make the world you've enjoyed exploring even more interesting. Now, how could that happen? I believe, again, speculation, pure speculation, but I believe the game is actually going to begin with the overworld looking the exact same. I think everything is going to look exactly how it did in Breath of the Wild 1. And I think as you go along, more changes will start to come about. For example, when Zelda goes down into the underground, what if there are connections between the underground and the sky world, where Link is in the sky and there's something, maybe a switch he activates, maybe it's something with this new Sheikah arm or whatever he has, and it activates something in the underground, and then you get to swap between Link and Zelda. Zelda and Link can communicate through this, whatever it is, maybe, who knows, and Zelda could possibly have the Sheikah Slate, and you could do something with her in the underground, and then you play around with whatever is down there, and then the puzzles that you solve may contribute to something happening in the overworld, and the normal overworld that we've explored, the base overworld. And so, I mean, there's different ways that they could do it, just being able to swap in between the 2. Now, this next way they could incorporate Zelda as a playable character, I'm not a fan of, but I could see them doing it. It seems like a very Nintendo thing they could very much do, but they could do this as a way of DLC. Now, Breath of the Wild had DLC Pack 1 and DLC Pack 2, and it did pretty good. I enjoyed Trial of the Sword, I enjoyed Champion's Ballad, but with the sequel, I want a complete package, and with the 2 DLC packs, that's what Breath of the Wild feels like to me. It feels like a full, definitive story that you can play through from start to finish. Now, with Zelda, it very well could be that for this DLC, you get to play her side of it. It could be very similar to that of Skyward Sword, where you don't meet up with Zelda till halfway through the game. In the DLC, you get to play her side of the story, what happened to her after she fell through the abyss. And I really don't want that, but it just seems like something else that they could do, and it's the only other option I really see. But Zelda could very well still be a playable character. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys still hope that Zelda is a playable character at some point in Breath of the Wild 2? Please let me know in the comments below, and if you're new here, please subscribe, and until the next video, I will see you guys later.